Well, hello, Kombat Krew.
Well, hello,
Welcome
Kombat
to
Krew.
another Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Actually, I don't have a title for this one. It's a bunch of masks.
It's gonna be his. The moment you've all been waiting for. Sub-Zero will reveal every single mask in his collection right now.
Yes.
You've been
you guys have commented about this.
This will be his side, his collection. I'll do mine later.
Yeah, I appreciate all the comments on this. We're going to try and run through these as quick as we can, where I go into a little bit of detail as to what I like about the mask, what changed since the review, and it's going to be completely random, just based on what I grabbed from the pile. So, first off, we have the mask I'm wearing, actually, and that is by Another Facecraft. He has this mask as
Another
well,
Facecraft.
It's an alternate of his. This is a really good blue, as you can see. It's got good weathering to it. It's very breathable. It's one of the most comfortable, breathable masks we have. And it's quite affordable coming from Ukraine. It's about $65 for it. And yeah, as you can see, it's a good mask overall. It fits with a lot of my classic outfits too. So next up, we have by Darm Designs, his Mk9 mask. I actually have the LED effect on. You can get this mask with LED or without, and it's obviously a lot cheaper without. It's like $85, or when you get LED, it's like a little over $100. But it's very breathable. You got metal mesh on the inside. You have no pads, but it ends up working out because it's not actually uncomfortable on your face. Even with having a shelf here, it's quite breathable, quite comfortable. The main thing that sucks about it is it's very large, as I've said before. I think it's a little bit too big, and it would be nice if there were a little bit smaller sizes for this, but the paint job is impeccable. You cannot get better than this. And I just love it overall. So check out Darm Designs. This is some Etsy seller. I don't remember his name right now, but I got this for the appeal of...
It's the DJ one.
Yeah.
The mask that reacts to sound and lights up, and it's the only reason why you want it is because the lights work.
Yeah, whenever you talk. But what happened is, after I talked into it a little bit, the moisture, it destroyed it. And it's not a battery thing, because if you replace the batteries, it will, like, part of it will light up, and it just won't go all the way anymore. So if you talk in something,
a combination of like LEDs burning out and the sound getting all crunked up, and yeah, it's just, that's too expensive for what it is. It really is.
Yeah, so that mask it's turned out to be really, really bad. This is by like Rosenprint or Rosenstore. You guys have probably seen this one a couple times here and there. I don't like the straps that came with it, so you're going to want to come up with a solution for that. You will have to have like a balaclava up, but it gives off a really good, nice ice effect. The only negative, as I said in the review, is it goes toward the green side a little bit too much. But other than that, it's actually quite comfortable on the face. It fits it really well. You can see if I put it on my face here. Looks pretty good, right? Yeah, so next up we have Sinister Props. Now, Sinister Props makes a lot of face shields, so you can put a COVID mask underneath. And he likes to put a pad usually in the nose. So these masks are typically quite comfortable. They usually don't need more than just that one pad. But this mask, I'm not as big of a fan of. It's not his fault as much. The design kind of makes me look like a bunny rabbit. It's got like teeth and stuff, and
it's not attractive in Mk11 either. It's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, but
I hate all of them.
One thing I noticed about Sinister is he does a lot of these with this darker blue. I would like for there to be a little bit more variety, because sometimes it's not matching the color in the game. It's like the main color. So yeah, in this case, I think that this mask couldn't have really changed much because of that, but I'm not a big fan of that design. This is by Crazy Russian Factory, I believe, which is the guy you got that mask from recently.
It was like AVP Industries
or something is what he was before when he made this one. And this one, it's quite tight on my face right now, and it really could use a nose pad. I really like the design though, the color and everything, but he didn't wait for the paint to dry before he put like bubble padding around it. And so there's like little spots you can see where that's the case. And also, the
bubble wrap ripped off some of the
you
paint.
need to have your balaclava up because there's nothing behind there. But other than that, oh, actually, He also didn't paint these spots here that are supposed to be silver. But that's okay, because it's got a nice like black and blue thing going on. So that mask is actually still pretty good, not too bad. And then we have, by Evidence HPM or VPM, whatever his name is, this mask is a classic. He makes this also in yellow. I consider this mask to be very accurate, comfortable, breathable. I like the shape. I love the color. This is a great blue. And he makes also, where is it? My mythologies. I'll run across that in a moment here after I get through with this mountain. Speaking of Sinister Props, though, he makes this really nice one from, Mythologies era, I think. I actually love...
It's Mk11 to look like a classic mythology.
Correct.
But it's with their coding.
I love the way that this mask looks. I love the way that the blue and the black go together and make it look weathered. I love the breathability of it when I put this mask on. It's quite comfortable as well, too. It doesn't have a pad in it, but it doesn't need it. Fits my face quite nicely, as you can see. So this is a really great mask to get. Sinister makes a lot of comfortable, breathable face shields. You should check them out because they're like $45. This is one of my favorites from him. You'll see my actual favorite soon. But here's another one by him. This is your Lin Kuei Warrior. It's a little on the...
It's the death mask. I kill everybody.
Yes, this pisses him off. It's a little on the expensive side. I actually had to put a strap in too. But I really like the design. I love how the black in between the crevices flows really well with the silver here. I'll put it on my face and hope I don't get killed, okay? Let's cross our fingers on that. So that's what it looks like on your face. You can get them quite a bit cheaper on like Amazon, but if you're looking for something that won't break when it falls off your face, this is a more professional thing to go with. And next up, we have two masks by Oni Facade. Now, Oni Facade, his mask seemed to be a little bit on the short side. I'll put this one on right here. He actually asked us what colors we wanted, like what specific blue, what specific shade of blue I wanted. So this has a little bit of crap on the bottom that, sorry I haven't cleaned off, but I love this shade of blue. I just wish it was a little bit longer. The pads inside of it are pretty good too. That's my only issue with this mask actually, but this MKX Unbreakable he makes, it needs a little bit more white on there, just to make it just really stand out when light hits it. Other than that, I think he's a really good seller. Oni Facade, check him out down below. Actually, I'll put this mask on too. Boom. Going through this pretty quickly. See, there it is, MKX style. This is by a Russian seller that's no longer in business. I don't remember his name offhand. But if you look at this mask, listen. You hear that? It's breaking. It's falling apart. You can see holes through the mask. This is one of the ones made with like, resin or, something like that, or clay, or I don't know. And it's just falling apart, and the paint is just chipping right off the front of it. And when I put this mask on, it's got the biggest pads in the world. And it's got the biggest strap in the world. And it just is like, it's like smothering you. Like, listen to that, you can't even hear me. Oh, I hate this mask. So, this is one of my least favorites. Another Russian seller here. Which I'm just going to go ahead and take that off.
I had to teleport away for a while.
That's too much for me.
But now I'm back.
I was gonna talk about this, but I wanted to turn it on first, but the battery died inside of it. So I can't exactly show everything I want to on that. But let's talk about this one. This is by Make Mask. Jeez, I remember all these sellers' names, don't I? Make Mask,
You were great. Yeah, it was you're doing good. Do better than I'm gonna do.
Make masks. They make a lot of masks. That goes without saying. But they make a lot of good Mortal Kombat masks. This one is one of my favorite designs of the ones I have actually, especially when you turn the lights on. But the battery is dead at the moment, so I can't show you. But one of the problems that occurred with this one is just like the other one we have here. once enough moisture came in, the top one stopped lighting up. So this top one doesn't light up, and the whole thing just doesn't look as good as a result of this top one just like not lighting too. So it doesn't flow as well once that happened. So it's sealed on the inside, but if you talk a lot in it like I do, all it's going to take is a couple times, just talking like during a Let's Play or whatever, and you're going to not be able to have these work anymore, you know? So the other thing...
There's short circuit everything in there with all that moisture.
The other thing...
You're all frosty.
The other thing is it's...
Oversight out of the solar system for Sub-Zero Mask not to be able to take moisture.
Yeah, it stabs into...
And the battery stabs your face. I remember that being the one that stabbed your face.
And that's the other detail that matters to me. This is by... Oh, God. Oh, it was I had to paint it myself, but he makes a version of it that's like black and white for the Scorpion's Revenge movie. Oh my God, I can't remember the guy's name. This is the first one I don't remember. But the paint job didn't end up working out because I don't think it was sealed. I'm not sure it was sealed when it was, because I painted on top of it and it just like blended in with everything started like flowing together in a weird way. It just was a mess of a mask. But in terms of the DIY, if you're gonna do like acrylics, you'll be fine. This is like $35 for this to DIY. It comes from Russia, so this seller is great in that regard. He gives you a version of it that he paints for like $45. So if you're looking to get a Scorpion's Revenge Sub-Zero mask, I highly recommend this. I don't even know if anybody else sells it. Next up,
I don't think so.
Amazon Mk11 mask here. This mask is quite comfortable. It has a big shelf. It's like injection molded plastic, I think, too. This one's like a 3D print, and then they add on top of it the paint and stuff. It's very thick, and the strap is a little weird. But when you put it on your face, see, it works. It just straight up works. It doesn't have a problem really in terms of fitting on the face or even comfortability. You can hear me pretty well as well too. It doesn't even move, you can see. It's pretty much stationary there. I still would give this the same score I gave it before. I wouldn't change a thing. Here we have another Sinister Props one. This mask is quite comfortable on the face. It doesn't have any pads on the inside. It doesn't need any. I really love the breathability of Sinister Props masks. I cannot recommend that enough. And how light they are. They're just like the lightest masks you can get. And that's nice too. But
they're minimalist.
When you put it on your face, it's quite comfortable. But my gripe is kind of the same as my gripe was before. You looked at the mask up in the game, it's not straight up blue. It's blue and silver. So you're missing some accuracy here on having it just be straight blue.
It's true.
But yeah. I actually have that same problem here because I did a DIY. This is a villainous prop shop, but somehow my strap disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. But I was supposed to put the black in here. But Villainous, this is an old one by Villainous. This is back in 2019, I believe, during the early 3D printing. And you can see a lot more track lines as a result of that. And if you compare it to one of their newer ones,
calibration,
you see a lot of improvement happen. This is about $30 for a mask like this. Unpainted, by the way. This is the same seller. Oh, I don't even think I put that on, but who cares? This is the same seller, AVP Industries. This is the other mask I got, another mask I got from him. I like this mask a lot. Not a big fan of the color. I think it's a little bit too dark for a classic, typically. But it's quite comfy. It's very breathable. Since it doesn't have mesh on the inside, though, you have to keep your belly clothes up. But overall, it's a good alternate to the classic. Another Sinister Props here with this attached to the bottom of it because a mess is happening. I just have a little pad attached to it. Well, this is like a Mk9 that he can't actually sell, I think. It's like one of those ones that
yeah, I don't know what I can't remember what the reasoning was, but he gave it as a gift because he couldn't license the rights to sell that particular design.
But yeah, this mask.
I don't know what that means.
This mask actually fits great on my face, even though it looks a little bit small. I like that design of the kind of darker blue with the black. It really flows together well. It's a good shape for a mask. It's a good Mk9 style, because the Mk9s, they vary a lot. You know, you have a big difference between this Mk9 style and this one. A pretty big difference. But, yeah, I love that Sinister gave us this. I really appreciate him for that. Next up, we have, this is like some Chinese seller that sells these types of masks. They say that they have...
It's a bulk. I think it's eBay and it's Amazon. You can get them everywhere. But they have like a lead-based paint, which is kind of
Yeah, they have a warning on them. Yeah, they have a warning. And you have to use this silly thing to try and get them on your face. So I'll just go ahead and do that. If I can get this one off. Oh, bottom strap. Oh, no. Ow, stabby. Okay, got it. Alright, so you put this on like that, and it has to kind of just like go in your mouth almost. And you put the bottom one, and then the top one up here, in the back. And you guys probably recognize these from the
Mk11.
Yeah, our fight that we did too. Yeah, for sure. And this is it's a little bit on the tight side. So here we have another by Evidence VPM HPM. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but he's a great seller because he left a comment about how this is kind of falling apart, and he said he's going to reinforce it in the mask that he makes afterwards. I really like the shape of this. I think it's very accurate to the games, including the color. A little on the thin side, but he's fixed that, I'm sure, by now. Good pads on the inside. They're they're really pushed down like Dr. Scholl's insoles and stuff. And you have nice straps in here, too. What the heck's happened? Oh, my straps are undoing from each other, though, but we don't really have a lot of time for that, so we're going to just do a basic version like this, and then put it on our face. Get this off. Okay.
It's the feed into itself version of strap, so you can actually unspool it by accident. It takes a while to get that friction back.
Okay. So, there we go. Alright, so that's it on my face. That's what it looks like. Let's get this hood adjusted so it looks a little bit better. Oh, so yeah, I can't get that strap to stay at the moment just because it'll take me a little bit long. But that's what it looks like on your face. I love the seller. I do. I think they do a great job. Next up, and you can see it stays on my face basically without the strap. So it just fits right on my face. That's how tight it is. Oh my god, I don't remember the guy's name.
That's great.
Right now. But this seller, this was just a straight up 3D print. It was in white, and I painted it myself. It's very bulky. It has a shelf on the inside, but it doesn't hurt you.
See, Injustice 2,
yep,
yeah?
Injustice 2. So, let's get this off. This one off. It's very hard to,
It makes you look like a Siamese cat.
It's very hard to hear me, you know? It does a weird, like, effect.
Yeah, it's very...
Yeah, see? But I really like this mask,
It's such a flat mask.
I have to have my Injustice appeal, you know? And here's one that I painted. This is, I believe, Villainous Prop Shop's 3D print here. Great seller, very affordable 3D prints. Check him out for sure. This was done during the middle of the night when we were doing Mk11 stuff. And yeah, I put some fabric on the inside to kind of not do the same as that Russian seller. And let's put this one on. It's still really comfortable.
Yeah, let's take that off so we can actually hear what you're saying now. Because that was just, you can't hear what I'm hearing, but I'm hearing like my earpiece. Through his mic, it sounds like, he's like trying to hurt me. Trying to sound like Charlie Brown's mom.
Okay, so here's this one. And yeah, Villainous Prop Shop is great. You also have 3D printing for cosplay and a lot of other great sellers. Parton Prints. I hope I don't forget anybody, but yeah, there's a lot there. But this is another Villainous Prop Shop here. The teeth one, this was hard to paint, by the way. Kind of went with a greenish color on that. Did have to put a pad for the nose. But Yeah, his 3D prints have come a long way because this was over a year ago, and their print quality has improved since then. Another one that you can't hear me in.
Yeah, now I can't. Now it sounds like he's running from a fire of some kind.
So, if you want to hear me, we'll put this one on. Here is another one by Sinister Prop Shop. Oh my god, I'm like confusing all their names. The straps I used for this were garbage though, so I'm gonna have to replace those at some point in time. But this mask, I like the fit. I like how it fits on my face and stuff. It's not my favorite design. It's not his fault at all. It's just not the most exciting mask, you know. Let's see here. Here is my brother's mask. Oh, you should remember the seller's name. You have Noob has one of those. He just unboxed it not that long ago. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Offhand.
Oh man, it is.
So, while he's searching for that, let's mention that this is rusted because of the Mk11 fight. I went in the pool with him, this got all rusted. So, it's a great mask though.
The pool.
The pool, yeah.
the river
pool. Okay, so it's very breathable. It's very comfortable. You got like cloth on the inside. You don't need pads for this. Double strap effect. And it comes in black originally. This is a blue that was painted on. Because I wanted to take my brother's mask and reinvent it. See, this is what it normally looks like. It's gorgeous. Fits on the face really well. Next up, we have another by Darm Design. Well, actually, do you have the name yet?
What?
He doesn't have the name. So we'll...
There it is. What?
We'll
he changed his name.
What? Okay, we'll put his new name in.
None TR? He changed his name to None TR.
Okay,
all
None
right.
TR it
it
is.
was before.
Okay, next mask by Darm Designs. This is one of my favorites, despite it being very uncomfortable and very hard to hear me in. It has a great paint job. I love the way he balanced this blue and the white together. Up close, you'll see just how gorgeous this mask looks. He has a version of it that's not icy, the original version from the movie, and that one's great as well. Two versions of that, one where there's writing on it and one where there's not. So this one,
actually, yeah, he has like a half and half, like a half frosty on the bottom. And
oh,
a half,
that one too.
Normal.
Yeah, he also has that.
Yeah.
And this has like one of those really bad straps on it, you know, so it'll break. I think I actually re-glued it already. Yeah, this is one of the ones I had to do that with. But it could use a pad, but the way it fits on your face is it's great. Just the way it works, you know? But it's just, you're not gonna hear anything. You know, it just gets really hard to hear me all of a sudden.
Nope.
What am I saying? Hello? Hi. Okay, that's terrible.
Ow.
So we need to put a different mask on, one you can breathe in, like this one by Hidden Assassins. I love this mask. This is one of our older ones, if you recognize it.
The first hard shell you got.
Yep, this is from, when did we first get this? 2012, 13, somewhere in that range.
Yeah,
You can hear the noticeable difference in how easy it is to hear me. That's because this is not pushed up against my face all that aggressively. It's also very breathable. You have a lot of holes here. These are made for airsoft. These Hidden Assassins ones were.
Yeah, it's a fiberglass
Yes,
inside.
and they were like $70-ish when they came out. The guy's shop is no longer available. You cannot find this mask, unfortunately. But I love this classic Mk9 because it has a lot of like scratches and stuff built into it. The weathered effect, because he had an unweathered.
He did a really good job of
and a weathered. And I think you actually got me this one, didn't you, Scorpion?
I did. I think, what was it? The envelope? What was the first one? Cleaning for Con, I think, was the first one we used that with.
Yeah, so
Hard shell.
now we're to my MKX, which It was my fault. I haven't taken care of it as best as I could. There was a lot of glue, a ton of glue, hot glue, that held this together, this part to this part. And so on this side, it's separating a little bit. Now, that's not that wouldn't normally be a problem, but what happens when you put it on your face is it bows out. It pushes out like that, and it looks weird. So I'll show you guys what that looks like.
I didn't know it was hot glued together. That's a really bad idea.
So there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. So you have this weird, like, little
Those
strap
ones fit
thing.
weird too, because it came with a leather strap system on the back. Because it looks like in the game that's what it has. So to be true to the game, it has a leather strap system, but you can't adjust. It doesn't flex, and so it sits at this part of your head, which is not good for holding a mask up on your face. So you have to put a string over the top of your face and across so it doesn't drop down.
Yeah, so that's how it looks as a result of that. So over time, it has kind of fallen apart a little bit, unfortunately. So yeah, if you are gonna get a mask from this seller, I don't actually remember the name because I think you might have gotten this one for me as well too.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it is falling apart a little bit. So if
think
I
might
don't,
have been anonymous.
if I don't wear it as much, that's why. Next up, we have like just one I won't even put on. It's just one you've seen in a couple of videos. This one came from Mexico. It's like a luchador inspired.
Luchador.
Yeah.
Lucha Libre.
It gives a good ninja appeal. I like this one. It reflects light really well with the blue. I can't remember the seller, but we'll leave a link down below. Another class one. Okay, we have another one by AVP Industries. This is the one I was talking about that has the scratch in the side there. And actually now it has paint chipping. So that's part of why I wanted to do this review, is to show you guys things like this, where over time, a mask like this, if it drops on the floor, the paint will just come right off it. It'll just chip right off and you'll end up with the white underneath. So I don't know what the method is, why it's not able to stay, like if it's a sealing issue or what, but these types of masks from...
It looks very sealed. It's glassy as hell.
Yeah, that's true. But these masks from these Russian sellers, a lot of them do this. A lot of them seem to chip away, I've noticed, and none of the other sellers from other countries seem to have that. I don't know what it is about their paint or their process, but we're coming down to our last mask here, Kombat Krew. We actually only have two more left. We have this one by Villainous Prop Shop, which is another just early 3D print. You can see a lot of track lines from one of their early printers, because this is like over 2 years ago. So this is like early 3D printing technology. It's cool to see that evolution. So let's put this on.
Is there tape on the inside?
Yeah, because the metal parts here, or the parts that are supposed to be metal, they were just loosely.
Oh, they came detached.
Yeah, so you end up with a bunch of pieces and you have to kind of figure it out yourself. I actually like this mask a lot because it's a nice small size. As you saw with that other one I put on earlier that was falling apart, it's gigantic. So, in comparison, this one's great. And our last mask we have here is by Sinister Props. This is one of my favorite masks, if not my favorite mask, because it's quite affordable for being as accurate as it is, and as relevant, because anytime you have something that's just come out, like the Mortal Kombat movie, then it's going to be more expensive. You have like a really good mesh inside. It's not metal. It's a fabric mesh, and that adds to it because it's a nice gray. The black and the background there, and the print quality, and even the blue used. Oh, all of it works for me. The shape. I've seen a lot of these different masks on Etsy, and this is my favorite design. If you're going for something under like $200, you know, like you might be able to find something that's ridiculously expensive that might be better. But if you're looking for like $70, $80, this is your go-to. Yep, that's it. Wow. So
Yeah, look at that.
I have to cut it. 1 second.
Beautiful.
Okay, so congratulations if you've made it to the end of this video. Those are all the masks that I have done at the moment. I do have a bunch unpainted that will end up adding to the collection, Sub-Zero's collection later on. And yeah, which mask is your favorite of the masks that were shown? Which would you like to get? Which mask do you think I should get next? What other characters would you like to see do this? Scorpion, hint, hint. Let us know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing if you'd like to see more.
And we'll see you guys next time on whatever the hell it is we're gonna do next. Bye-bye,
Have a
everybody.
nice day.